Okay, so it's a lot of people, you know, I was dragging my feet on this video. There's a lot of people that's going around saying that, you know, Jahmyr Gibbs is too inconsistent. He don't show up in this big game, that big game. I mean, dang, did y'all just forget? I can't even think off top this year. Did y'all just forget? Damn, I can't see shit, homie. Big ass fucking semi truck. But yeah, y'all forgetting the Minnesota game with the money on the line, he went off in that game. So let's not be fickle. We do know the Lions have a lot of issues in the offensive line. So I act like y'all don't understand. Like, you know, you got backup centers, backup guards in, all that type of stuff, that plays a part. Them interior linemen is very crucial, pulling and kicking and whamming down, you know, and doing these blocks for these dudes to run. So yeah, a lot of y'all be like, oh, he's just too inconsistent. Like, bro. And then as soon as they don't get a couple runs, for the most part, what do? They start throwing the football. Dan Campbell is very pass happy. He don't stick to the run. You know, he doing the same shit that John Morton did. It's just that it seemed like whatever he calling is more important than is just working more with the guys than John Morton. I mean, he got Jahmyr all the way up there in top 10 yardage. He wasn't doing shit. If he was calling the plays from the beginning, Jahmyr probably be number 1 in yardage and shit like that. You know what I mean? So the whole thing with Gibbs, it's all one. It's all one functioning, you know, unit. When you talking about the offensive line and all that type of stuff, it's all one functioning unit, bro. If you don't got no line, it's hard to run that football. If you don't have a play caller, that's gonna call them plays, that's gonna really call them plays and talk about really run the ball and stick to the run and really believe in it, it's a different type of ball game. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that he did was he wanted to recreate the wheel, him and John Morton, and let's just make Jahmyr Gibbs the star. Let's do 2 backs in the backfield. What worked? Go with what was working last year until seen otherwise. And they didn't. Only thing I think was a little that I needed to think tweaked a little bit was giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more early. I thought when they started giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit early last year, when they gave it to Montgomery early, I think it kind of messed up the rhythm of the run game. You know, and I think they just need to give Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more of a start and then allow Montgomery to lay the wood down and do the tough yards, and then, you know, sprinkle in Gibbs, and then when they get into that fourth quarter, then you splash it with a bunch of Gibbs. You know, that's how you do it. You know, you get them short yardage situations for the goal line. They both good there, but a short yardage, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and 2. You know what I'm saying? 4th and inches, give it to David Montgomery. Give it to Demo. That's simple as that. What was working for you last year, the only tweak you need to make was giving Jahmyr Gibbs more touches early in the game. Give him a few more touches, let him, you know, boom, boom, boom. Then you hit him with a lot of Gibbs and a lot of Montgomery in that 2nd quarter. Then you go with Gibbs, and then in that 4th quarter, you just roll with the high hand. That's what they pretty much did, other than they gave a lot of carries to Montgomery early. And I feel like Gibbs really couldn't get his rhythm. So I think kind of, you know, give Montgomery a little bit more, Gibbs a little bit more carries early, and then I think you can flood them, you know, then you can flood them with Montgomery, and then you can flood them with the high hand, which is probably going to be Gibbs later on. So that's just my opinion on it. You know, that's just my opinion. So, and everybody got, you know, pretty much everybody got their own opinion. So, but, you know, that's your boy opinion on it. So, but yeah, I'm not reading into, he's just inconsistent. Like, bro, you got Will Cologne is trash. And you had the other guy for a minute until he got injured on cue. Coyote Asuka, he was trash. Graham Glasgow ain't even a good center to begin with. He's serviceable. So it's a whole different ballgame. So what he been doing this season, you know, you're going to have years like that. The Cowboys offensive line was great. Tyron Smith, the Frederick dude, Trevor Frederick, whatever, from Wisconsin, Zach Martin. I mean, they had a great offensive line until they didn't. And Tyron Smith got old. The center retired. You know, Zach Martin, I think, retired. He got old. He was long in the tooth. So Brad Holmes did do a good job of getting young talent in there. Remember the Quinn Trisha? They had Stenberger. He didn't work. You know, they drafted Manu Giovanni, you know, which he got injured as soon as we needed him to step up at left tackle. Miles Frazier was injured. Don't forget, they drafted Christian Mahogany. As soon as they got him, he got injured. You know, came back last year, came back and had a strong last year. This year got injured again. So it's just his touch of just picking injured players. That's what's so messed up about it. These guys can play, but they can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? They can't stay healthy, and they keeping these guys around, and they can't stay healthy, bro. Oh gosh. And they can't stay healthy. So that line, all that works as one. And now what teams are doing is saying, you know what? Let's stack the fucking box and force Goff to beat us. At some point, he gonna throw a pick. At some point, somebody gonna drop a ball. And we just gonna roll with that. So next year, what they gotta make a conscious effort, you know, to see what Decker gonna do, or if he be thinking about retirement, which he said he is for the first time, find you a left tackle. Either spend that big money, or if he gonna stay one more year, get that guy. Get a guy, even if it's high as possible. That's more important than the pass rusher protecting that Jared Goff's blind side. Get that guy on the left side. That's very important. It's funny, like when it's slick outside, don't nobody want to drive like they got no sense. Everybody want to be speed racer. As soon as you hit some of this black ice and they spin out, they just be with the dumbest looking faces on the side of the road. Hey, 4x4. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so it ain't really Gibbs. It's really the play calling. You gotta keep running the ball for the run game to work. Look at Chicago with Ben Johnson. They're continuing to run the ball. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of these fucking semi trucks. You know, he believed it, and it looked like it was working early on, but they kept believing, and they kept pounding that rock. And look at them, they up there in the top rushing team with DeAndre Swift. That's how he's making Caleb Williams look good. They're running the ball. They're sticking with it. Guess what? You stop running the ball with Jared Goff. Goff gonna put some good numbers up, but you ain't gonna win. You know, so it's a team effort. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree. You know, it's first link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Instagram, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist to get more videos like this, and let me know what y'all think about Jahmyr Gibbs. And you know, he's inconsistent. Of course, the line play is inconsistent. You got backups in there. You got crackheads in there. You got dudes who couldn't block a ferret in there. I mean, you know what I mean?